Good morning and welcome back to House from Trees. I'm working on getting some blocking up between the rafters here. I was using 2x12s for blocking some of the trim ends and all this stuff for blocking and basically adding rigidity to the big span here. The biggest span I've got is about 14 feet between beams, and I wanted to get that nice and tight with this blocking. So I'd kind of cinch it up with this ancient clamp and tack them in with a nail gun. It worked really well. It was just a kind of a pain, just sort of muckling around in and out, back and forth. And I'm not sure in total how many I had to do, but I'm glad they're all done now. So the Advantech tree on my property has not been producing much roof sheathing lately, so I had to call this in. This zip system roof sheathing, which is just great stuff, and I'll eventually tape the seams and all that. It makes for a wonderfully rigid little operation. But Scott from Brill Lumber delivered this and was kind enough to lift it up and kind of set it up on the rafters while I set stuff up, some kind of staging for it to set on. And I really like this view of the camera of kind of the property and right around the house. I'm up there basically getting it kind of set up so they sit at a little bit of an angle, and boy, I'll tell you what, this beats carrying up 36 sheets of this stuff alone up a ladder. It worked phenomenally well, actually, getting it up there and getting them not balanced, they're in there solidly. So I'm really glad that they have a boom truck down at Brill. So this week's episode is a little bit thin. I'm sorry about that. I'm having a hard time figuring out a good way to film sheathing the roof. I've got the GoPro up there a little bit, but I can't really get too high to get too many good angles. And essentially I'm just laying this out when I can in free moments that aren't windy and rainy. I've been doing a little bit of concrete work on the side to pay for some of this stuff, which is good. Thanks, Henry's Concrete. And I'm plugging away. Right now the goal is getting this stuff all zipped down, so to speak, and get the seam tape on it. Essentially get this all covered for the winter, and then I'm going to start working on other things. Might bury a septic tank, might get some walls up, certainly we'll get some floors up in the space, doing a little bit of the layout. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of getting this roof on is the priority numero uno. And the days are short and cold, and there's ice a lot up on these rafters from time to time. And I really got to choose my days. And boy, the North Woods. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more episodes. Au revoir.